Alright, Brian, let's dive in and see what we got going here. I just always default our wins to median whenever I'm looking at something. 8.5. We have like 184 greens. Alright, so first thing let's do, let's just hop up and fly around the plot. See if anything odd sticks out. Okay, now that makes sense. How our land's set up here. You get out here to the edge of the plot? Hopefully not. No, the edge is like there. Okay. I was just making sure that line wasn't like being stuck on the edge because it can do some wonky things to visuals. And I can see the end of the plots out here. Isn't it? Great sight lines here. Just kind of looking at general sculpting right now. Yeah, there's a few things like a fix of T boxes. This is a mistake. I mean, if you go look at Revival, I do the same thing where you get boxes that are just obvious where my T box is. We took a square or circle brush and popped the land up and flattened it. I'll show you some thoughts for smoothing that out. Yeah, this could be a little smoother. These comes just using some fuzzy brushes to soften a little. But all right, let's get into the course. First hole. The question really is trying to hang up all the way up here as long as I can. What's it run out through here? Okay, so I shouldn't run out. I'll be close, but I should stop about 10 short. Maybe 15 short. Let's see. It stays up there. 13 short. Okay, so our greens are on 187. Just as a general rule, I'll design on 187, but then before I publish, I'll back the green speed down. If I'm designing a 187, I push these greens to the very limit of what I think I can get away with, and then pull down. If I want to build greens with, and then I'm going to publish it. If I design a 187, I'm going to publish somewhere around, I think it's like 7.7 to 7.9 range, which is going to be a green speed around 170 to 175. So that when my course is being used for a tournament, we can use green speeds of 163. The defaults will then be 170 something, or I can go up to the very fast, which is 187. When you publish a 187, you take away that additional flexibility in course setup. Sculpting here is just a little much in the land. It's not a lot, but just I'd actually use the fuzzy raised brush on the top of page 4 and just bring that up just a little bit. Just to kind of not have it be so dodgy right through there. Especially because like if I'm into the wind, my driver's going to, if this is into a high wind, my driver's going to hit here, and every drive's going to end up here, no matter what kind of quality drive I hit. Here I can play this as a drive and pitch. Personally, I don't see a reason why not to connect. Oop, we're underground. Why not to connect this with fairway right through here? It's a little, is it a little steep? Yeah, but you could just come in here, raise this right here up a little bit, and then just run a fairway strip up through there. Or, likewise run sand all through here. Remind me if I don't when you get this to send you a link. I've got a link on dunes building that I did for somebody else recently. I actually kind of learned something myself in the process. Build. Yeah, just about a way to kind of shape the land with dunes to get realistic looking dunes. I like this green complex. So this is a good green complex. A 187, and then it'll play well. Oh, I'm down the slope. It'll publish well when you go down in speed. It'll still play the same. Alright, we don't have a way to cut this off over here. Good. I wanted to make sure that green wasn't here where I could cut it off. And 323 gets me 290. Right, sorry. 340 gets me 286. I'll leave it over here as that, yeah. So it's going to be a 3-shotter just about any way I slice it. Try to squeeze it all the way to the end in hopes that I can bang one on there. And we can. I'm not going to want to with this pin because it's just going to, everything I hit's going to run down to here. But yeah, I want to get below that red slope, which might be a little big. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Yeah, for a first course, I'd rather you build a slope that big and then learn to back them off on future courses. I take this fairway and run it further back here, just to really let that ball run away. Like, don't you let me stop here? Then I'm just gonna hit a simple splash shot up here now. Just grab that hole. That I remembered to add backspin, it would have checked up nicely. And then, no biggie, it's just a little pretty straight in putt off the or left edge putt. This needs some planting, some grass through here. Just in front, just to fill in the look, because otherwise it's just a big, vast area. And we just went out to the edge of the plot on 3, so we gotta have a connector hole to get us back inland and running along the plot. Oh, for a coastal hole here? Oh, we're coastal. Yeah, we need to do some more with this, because when I'm sitting on the tee, I don't even realize I'm on the coast. More can be done here. Let's see what we've got. This green is too much. It needs to be softened. Otherwise, we just have 4 pin locations and just a bunch of red. What's our length of shot? It's a long shot. Okay, so that's where we get a problem. So, like, this pin right here is going to be really impossible to get close to. And likewise, even those pins, like, I've got to hit here and hope it stops in the green. Running to that one, you're not going to get a ball. You can't get a ball to stop there. This one, maybe you can get one to stop. You got too much slope going here. And also our spline. It looks like did you spline the front of the bunker? Kind of looks like, no, I don't know. Kind of, at any rate, you don't want to have, this looks like your bunker's in the middle of your green. You want to have this be, you need to have some fairway right through here too. Just from the sense of we haven't had a bunker cut into a green yet, and all of a sudden we've done one. Now we're not consistent. But this land, at this distance, what do we have coming next? So after here, where's our next hole? Okay, so that's 3. 4, where's 5T? All the way out here, I guess. That's 5. Oh yeah, there's a tee box there. Okay. I'm gonna swing out around here. I can survive this little walk. You could actually add a little fence or something, I guess. Yeah, I like the look of 5. Alright, cool. So let's talk about 4. We can do more with this than what we have. What does our scorecard look like? I know we're a pretty long course. It's 70. Ding, ding. Let's just look at the land for a second. Yeah, I mean, this green just needs to get reworked. It just doesn't have a good... The slopes are just over... We're just overboard on the slopes here. Maybe that's just the easier answer than... But do something that brings me to into C that we have the ocean in the area. Maybe that's playing the tee shot from like here. You know, just fixing our dune areas up a bit. Yeah, and then just swing the tee box around. I'm gonna fix it up, have me tee off from like here. And I'm playing to this green, but I see the ocean a little bit more. I get to see holes in the hole off to the distance in the right, but I'm not. But I'm playing to this hole right here. I would, swing the land here. We don't need to have 4 little tee boxes, and it's just for this sort of course. I would also use. Let me go back and look at your card. And I always look at everything from a tournament perspective. You know, where I'll mix up my tee boxes, but like the 6100s are never going to get used. You might, depending on what tour this goes on, you might use the 66s, but most people are just going to use these two. It's something you need to do a lot of times, especially if we're going to have them like tee boxes like this, is to build larger tee boxes. That'll also make more sense for this golf course. I'm going to go back and look at some of the holes real quick. Yeah, use a large teeing ground. It also makes it easier to hide these sculpting brushes. You don't have to do them. You just come in here and you just cut a chunk of fairway in the land, flatten it out. It doesn't have to be they don't need to be raised up, and they just let go. Which is really how a lot of these... Go look at the Dunesy courses. I know you said this is Mackinac Island, right? Up in UP, right? Oh, Mackinac. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I didn't see your note about high southwest, darn it. I will tell my guy I think Amy Obi's gonna play it today, so I'll make sure he gets it note. Yeah, I would just build, go look at the way the teeing grounds work in your Tarides and Barnboogles, and those are kind of your Bandons, your modern Dunesy courses, even in Sand Valleys and stuff. Like, just use a big chunk of, just cut a big, it doesn't have to be a square, a circle, whatever. Just put down a chunk of fairway here and then have like 2 or 3 tee boxes on it and go. Instead of having these little individual dots. Because like usually like individual tee boxes like that, that's gonna be something you're gonna find on your parkland, country club courses. Where somebody's going through walking mowers and doing a big ballparks like this. Somebody's going through on riding mowers, they're not gonna come and mow these fine little cut boxes. Especially if you think, like, because everything else we're doing around here is just dealing with the imperfections in the land. And now we have like perfect tee box cuts. But yeah, sorry, I went on a couple of thoughts there, but yes, I would shift that tee box this way. You could even play with the green a bit more and have the green be like here. Just cut it on an angle. So I'm just looking this way. I think I just give you some more scrubby wasteland through here. This is I know it's a beta, but that's incomplete. Alright, let's keep playing. I did get about 20 minutes and I need to bang up holes. Because you're going to get a lot of thoughts from me otherwise. After the length of this shot, it's just going to be really hard to hold it on the green. And so then what happens is just about every shot kind of gets the same outcome. I like the idea here that we just want to tie in the environment a little bit better. And then, like I said, we'll do the tee box stuff across the property in general. Here, let's see. Yeah, I mean that square needs to go away. We've got two tee boxes here, which is two kind of distinct areas, which is okay. So I would give us a square here. Again, we're going to scrub that out. It needs to fit the land, not be propped up. And then you could have two tee boxes over there, and then have a. You could even do like two boxes over here. And I'd love to go through. I wish it were on console. I could show you how to go through and pin the course. Or I guess if you're on PlayStation, we could get real creative with. I could pull my old PS4 out and get onto it. Show you how to set up some of the tee boxes, but we can probably do it on videos if you're interested. But then you have a second teeing ground here, and I can start showing you a tee manipulation, where you can have 4 tee sets that are going to play at roughly similar lengths. This is a cool looking hole. I love this look. That green, it needs to fall off on the right. We're going to fall off. Give me some kind of one that falls off, but I was hoping it was going to be just a total tabletopper. I want to get far left. Can we get this carry, though? I don't think I can. In this win, which makes this a ball buster by tee shot. We're going to try it. Nope. That's the fun of it. I should absolutely get dick kicked for trying it. Alright, we're swinging to the right. Block the cutoff, good. Now when I nail this dog, like what am I going to have left in? Okay, cool. That works. So it's short on the card, but it's going to be a tough. It's a really steep drop off, so I really do. So your default waypoint is right here. I would set your waypoints off the tee. I tend to set my drivers, or my tee shots at 280s, where I put the first fairway waypoint, and aim it at a pretty safe area. I'm guessing you have your waypoint. If it was willing to aim me over that bunker, your waypoint has to be somewhere like way out here. But just as a general rule, aim people towards the safe area. So they don't think like, oh, this is a default tee shot, I can definitely hit it. We want to bait people, but we don't want to bait them with waypoints. There are quite a few players that will just follow wherever the game aims them off the tee, because they assume that the game's setting them, and the designers. A lot of people don't realize the designer can set that. So they think the game is aiming them to a safe shot that they can pull off, when in fact they can't. And if I had a shorter driver, it would be, if I have anything less than 296, I'd be aiming into the bunker, which it wouldn't do. So there's just a little bit of softening here. This green just looks a little artificially propped up. And it's just use that fuzzy brush on flat, and then just kind of run it through here in some areas. You can just kind of, you don't have to hold it long. Just kind of quickly take it and just be like, whoo, then whoo. Just kind of like quickly push through, popping some areas up a little bit. All right, let's see what this green's. We may have a little too much going on those slopes, which is good. I want to see that's the fun of at this point of your designing. Like, I mean, not to toot my own horn, go back and look at my greens on Maverick Dunes, and I have some way over the top greens that I wouldn't do anymore now, but I was learning. I'd rather you learn. What somebody said to me, it's like, I'd learn early how to build really bold greens and back them off then there are good designers that build good golf courses, but all of their greens are bland. And you're trying to get them to build a more aggressive green, and it's like, oh, okay. And they put some little red dot bumps here and there. Greens are something you can learn to back off over time, but I think it's tougher to get somebody that builds simpler greens to build more interesting ones. I mean, my latest course now, I'm building greens with at 139 speed that are mean and hairy. That at 163, maybe they'll be able to go there. They'll never go to 187. I wanted to build greens with a ton of undulation and just see what happens. This is a fun hole. And downwind, this gets really cheeky, because you really don't want to fall in that bunker with 15 feet below. That's the optimal shot. Oh, pitching wedge. 2 feet down. Ah, yeah. It might be a gap wedge. Let's see what we get here out of this. Oh, 6:52, good. You're getting a long video out of me this morning. This is what I get when I record early. Yeah, we're 20 minutes in through 8 holes. See if I can go a little bit faster. Oh, this is a great look. A lot of right turns. I feel like. No, we just had that one right turn 2 holes ago. Yeah, 5 went left, 3 went left. 1 and 2 pretty straight on. Okay, yeah, we're good. I'll shut up now. This is a good looking green. Like a maiden green almost. We have both our plateaus in the back. You can have a bit of fun with this. Yeah, go look at the, not maiden, is that right? I'm a horrible template guy. That comes from a green. Maiden, template. I think maiden is the one that, maiden is interior undulation similar to that of a double plateau. Maiden green has 2 tiers in the back of the green, the valley in between it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got one right. Trying to get better with this. Yeah, you could do this as a proper maiden and have, 2 corners and a distinct valley right through here, and then have that drop off. Something simple that just giving a nod to the. Well, that's going to be so fast. There's just subtle ways to incorporate the templates. I mean, you're 95% of the way there. Just reset ridge. It's like a 6 at Pebble Hole. Oh, we're going left. Okay, that's interesting. So what is to my right? Because visually, I thought this hole was swinging out there off the tee. That's tricky. I would use some scrubby areas through here. Like, again, we talked about like when we clean up our teeing areas. Yeah, and you could almost think like get rid of this middle. We're gonna flatten this out, build a big grass tee box right through here. Just build a big chunk of fairway. Take these trees down and just leave that scrub. Guy, you do really good waste areas. Like you do a really good job with this planting. So I'm envious. My planting blows. Yeah, you've got planting and just have one big chunk of fairway here, but something that just tells me a little bit more I'm going that way. And do more of that scrubby area work right through here. Get rid of this tee box and do some scrubby stuff through here. Maybe a tree or two just to, like you love that visual, the light, but yeah, just get the trees. These trees are great with letting light in. Just have 1 or 2 here so it just doesn't make me think I'm going this way because I thought I was going that way. And part of it's seeing whatever that is up there, but there's nothing. Because of this wall of trees right here, it tells me I'm not going left off the hole. So just a thought. So the idea of like cutting this off tells me, oh, you can't actually, you're not going that way. Why would you? Yes, I realize I'd look at it on the map, on the scout cam and see it. This is mean. There's not really a good way to hold this fairway. Hit driver here, like it's just going long. These are the tough holes. This is like my 8 at Maverick Dunes. 90-degree dog legs are always really tough to pull off. Oh, it stopped. Oh, another stunning view. You suck. Just kidding. Lower this down a little bit just so I can see that central hazard. So yeah, just right along here, just kind of, because nobody's hitting into this back here anyways. But just see if you can shave the land a bit to let me see that. I mean, part of that will be, yeah, because even especially we have this giant crown T-box, it just looks wonky. Where did we just come from though? Okay, we're there. That's the phone, yeah, again, with the ankles, like we could have a T-box that sits here. This is a gorgeous view. And then, yeah, I mean, you can even do a big chunk of fairway right through here if you wanted. And then we can have 2 or 3 kind of angles to play this hole on. God, there's so much potential here. Yeah, I know we're going to fly over this being 75 downhill. That's a lot of golf green. Okay, it's 2 greens. I'm going to go back and steal a photo real quick. Just to... You're falling into the camp of people that make first courses that look this good and now suck. There's a guy coming along that he'd been doing the design league stuff on TGCT for a while, and his he goes by the name MJM, but now his first course is actually out and is doing quite well in the CC contest. Okay. If I had got my drive to the left, can I see up here? Yeah, it's tough. Our lighting's kind of low, but I think I could see the flag. That bush is just hiding it. Switch your flag stick color up also. I think you're on the default flag still. I mean, I say this is a guy that publishes more than half my courses on the default flags. Don't be me. Be better than me. What you're heading to be if you keep this crap up. This design quality, we need to talk you into getting a PC so we can send files back and forth. Oh, I love it. I'm doing a very similar hole on my course right now. The classic punch bowl. This is cool. Let me land one in short. Let's see what it does. That's going to kick me too far. I'm not going to stay in the bowl. Ah, yes. 1 foot down. That's like a tap it and hope. Watch this. Whee! I bogey something? No, okay. This should swing to the right. Okay, it does. Good. Who's online right now? I'm going to tell him to look at this course. There's no way he's still playing City Skylines. That was yesterday. No, okay. Oh, it says he's still playing City Skylines. Alright. I don't know, I'm a one-game pony. I have this computer and everything just to design and play golf courses. Sorry, I got a little checked out there. I know I gotta get moving in a second. So you're gonna get me to bang the last few holes here. Oh, not that I really care right yet, but we'll deal with it later. But you have a very unlevel tee box, so you got a floating marker. In my latest course, I did one on Hidden Valley. Wasn't intentional, but shit happens. Come on, wind, knock it left. Now run. See, you did like a little island out there. That's you cheap, you bastard. I do want to see what this course looks like in brighter lighting. But when we put it on tour, because it'll go on a TGC tour, I can get this on a tour. We always have to have one round at least where we use alternate lighting. Oh, I see what you're doing here. You're going for ripping off Sweetens, but just ripping off me. Almost. I don't know, maybe you're not. But that's what this reminds me of. This reminds me of my, 5 at Sweetens, which is my 17th on Revival. I'm just going to selfishly claim it's me, but now because it's not drivable. Yeah, this is really just... God, make this tee shot shorter. Because otherwise, everybody's just playing down into here in the bottom, no matter what. Pitching up. I'd really like to play this hole from here. Make that bunker smaller and more menacing. Go look at the National Golf Links LiDAR. I think it's the 3rd or 4th hole. Now it's a second shot on a long par 5. But the green's just like set on this 45-degree angle with this tiny little pot. And that bunker is so menacing to me because it's like, no matter what your angle is, you've got to dodge it. The green idea is right here. It just needs this to be a little shorter. Otherwise, unless I'm just mega downwind, every tee shot's just going to go down here into the valley. Whether I go left or right side of the valley, it doesn't matter. And the bunker doesn't come into play. Iron pitch. Gun. Settle up. But yeah, I make that. Oh, it was janky. Thought I was gonna split the baby on the slopes. But yeah, I just want to move that a little bit because I just want to play with. Okay, we've got a really good look for a blind tee shot. This reminds me of the Lost Preserve one. The thing we need to fix gets fairway up through here. Otherwise, I have no room to bail. Like, I mean, you can run that fairway. Shoot, run it all the way out here. I mean, literally, I would just cut fairway all through here. Because this gets into wind. I'm into the wind. I'm going to be fighting to get this, to get covered here. That's, yeah. Give me some room. I'm just going to go at it. I want to see what happens if we're not into much of a wind right now. Okay. Oh, maybe one of the uphills on the second. It may not be that uphill on the tee shot. But our new settings we're using on TGCT, we don't get the elevation on our marker anymore because we're down to pro swing difficulty. Oh, which is a trick I'm taking advantage of. Oh, that was a poor result. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. 187, say toodaloo. Yeah, there's some more harsh sculpting we can just tighten up a little bit with brushes. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Mucho, mucho joy. Now we get the dick punch par 3, so our pins are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That little spot there, I would make this more, because that's actually just going to hold it up right here. This looks like it kicks up. You want to scare me to shit that I'm going to run off. Make this, like, just let it be more yellowy orange all the way off the back. I've got to stick the landing here. I'm not thinking Revival here because it's what I know best in my own courses. I've got, I like doing the short menacing par 3 like I did it on when we held a TGC Tour event on Revival last year. The 16th at Revival plays between 100 and 120 yards, and it played at or over par every time it played around 100 yards. There's over par every time at 100, and the one round it played even par was at the 120 to the back right pin. And similar, my 14th at by a large like that, it's 140 yard just dick punch. On kind of cape pull. Yeah, we gotta just fix our. This is sculpting stuff you learn over time. It's just a little, just smoothing this stuff out. Like that green doesn't looks propped up. Her bunker's too big. Our ideas here. You've got so many good ideas here, bud. This has been a lot of fun to check out. Our greens, it just doesn't sit in the land well. And then please don't ever just use a stock circle brush. And again, our bunker's cutting into the green. But yeah, let's keep talking. Like I've got some tutorials. I can point you to a lot of. I have one or two tutorials probably. I can point you to other ones just on little things about. I can even make some for you. There's little things on, like, bunker building, smoothing, sculpting, stuff like that. That I can show you along the way. But God, it's a lot of fun. Keep it up. You've got a really good course here. Yeah, we just tighten a few little things here and there, and you'll be well on your way to people praising you for a great job, which you've already done. So hope this is helpful.